Xbox announces their June update. It is a massive update with a lot of big things here that bring it closer to that full vision of getting all your games in a single place. So we will go over that. We have some other things as well to go over, like Xbox is going to Gamescom. What is happening with Build a Rocket Boy after the mind's eye failure of a launch? There's looking not very good for the developers there, and some sales data on some big games to talk about. Before we do get into it, if you do enjoy daily gaming news and content, hit the subscribe, share, like the video, helps grow the community, helps get the channel out to more people. But for now, let's jump into it. So the Xbox June update is out, and it is bringing Xbox, their ecosystem, closer to that realization going forward, I believe, into the next generation, where you're going to be getting access to basically the entire PC ecosystem meshed with the Xbox ecosystem into one place where you can access all of your games. They are now starting to test out launching Steam games from the Xbox PC app. That is probably the biggest thing here in this update. And this definitely shows you that they are looking at taking that and I think transferring that UI across devices where you're going to get access to everything that you do own across those platforms. Here is the update itself. Some big stuff here, a lot of things to go over. First of all, one of the things that they are starting off here to move out with is the Copilot for Gaming beta, which is a preview here on mobile devices. And basically, this is them just using Copilot's AI features in order to give you that personal assistant when you are playing games that help you get through tough areas, figure out how to get through puzzles, all of those things that the reality is, if people who use these features are already doing this or just going on YouTube and looking up videos on how to get through parts of games or trying to find it on different websites, this will just make it a lot easier. You can see here through the picture, somebody asking a question, and then Copilot here kind of lists out how you can get through that part of the game or how you can figure out what to do here specifically in Sea of Thieves. So I think a lot of people will actually use this. I think this is actually a pretty good thing. People will definitely be using this rather than going over to YouTube or trying to figure it out on Google and stuff. If this gives you the answer, you don't feel like figuring it out without getting some help, this will be a feature people do end up using. They say currently it's available for early preview in the beta version of the Xbox mobile app, available on iOS and Android, and coming this holiday on the ROG Xbox Ally. So I'm guessing you're just going to be able to launch it right from the handheld here that we did see announced at the Xbox Showcase. Hit a button, Copilot comes up. You can ask it the question, and then it'll jump you right back to your game while you're playing it. Or maybe it's even an overlay. I'm not sure exactly how it's going to work on the handheld, but definitely something that I will try out when the ROG Xbox Ally comes out, if I do end up picking one of those up. Now, the next thing here is the massive update. The thing that I think is the vision of Xbox going forward into the next generation, not only on Xbox PC, but on Xbox consoles, especially after when Sarah Bond recently came out and said they are making that partnership with AMD. Windows 11 and Xbox are basically going into one. They're going to get rid of those barriers between the two platforms, which would tell me they want to be able to give you access to all of your PC games on other launchers on your Xbox console. Depending on how they'll do that, not sure. Maybe they'll have a Windows mode on your console as well as a console mode, and you'll still have that similar UI that we have right now on the Series X and S. But obviously, we'll get more information about when they do eventually announce it. But this is the first step, and they're bringing it over to Xbox PC, and this is the aggregated gaming library. I love to see this. So here is what is happening with the aggregated gaming library. So first of all, they do say that this holiday, the feature will be available on the ROG Xbox Ally and the ROG Xbox Ally X. So they're kind of testing it out there with this new Xbox console, handheld console launch. And players can conveniently launch games from Xbox Game Pass, Battle.net, and other leading PC storefronts from a single library within the Xbox PC app. Whether you're on Windows PC or a handheld device, your Xbox library, hundreds of Game Pass titles, and your install games from leading PC storefronts will always be at your fingertips. So this is how they're selling it. And you can see here what they've done with the Xbox PC app itself. If you are in the insider program, you'll be able to preview this. I am in that. So once the update gets pushed to me, it just hasn't hit yet. I will be able to see all of this stuff, but you can browse by the publishers. And I think this is a sleek, nice layout, definitely needed just simply because of the amount of publishers under the Xbox division itself, but also with third party and everything. They break it up here by like EA, Xbox Game Studios, Riot, Bethesda, Blizzard, Ubisoft, Activision, and ID at Xbox. And it's funny that they feature some of these bigger ones here that are obviously not owned by Xbox, like EA, like Riot, and Ubisoft, which all three of those companies have worked in pretty good partnership with Xbox themselves. EA, obviously, with EA Play included in Game Pass Ultimate. Riot, with the perks that you get by signing up to Game Pass in all of their games, like getting all of their characters in Valorant. And then obviously Ubisoft with Uplay or Ubisoft Plus, whatever it's called, within the Xbox ecosystem, and also bringing a lot of games over to Xbox Game Pass. So those are publishers they've consciously featured in this picture here. And I feel like that means those relationships will continue to be good going forward. They can see here that players can see now a channel on the Xbox PC app's Game Pass app featuring the iconic characters from the various publishers. And the feature highlights the diversity of publishers and games in Game Pass, enhancing discovery and simplifying access to new titles. Interacting with the channel takes players to a gallery of the publishers' games, making it easy to find more titles from their favorite franchises. So that is the publisher channel and the aggregated game library, which will give you access to launching games like Steam. And when it comes to exactly how is this going to work with other PC store launchers, because I don't think it's really showing up yet, as this hasn't fully rolled out to everybody. I'm sure we'll see people showing it off, screenshots, trying to launch PlayStation games and everything via the Xbox app. But they say here that Microsoft says that the Xbox PC app will begin automatically detecting games you've installed from other PC gaming stores and then aggregate them into library sections on your Xbox PC app. And the screenshots only show Battle.net integration so far, but Microsoft says more PC stores will be integrated in the future. So that's what we're going to have to wait for, of course, but it's coming. I mean, Steam is coming to Xbox. That's just the reality of this. And I think that's a great thing for people on PC right now, because there are people on PC who use both storefronts, use Game Pass, sometimes probably have games in the Xbox app because of things like Xbox Play Anywhere, but also have their primary storefront on PC, which is Steam. Putting that all into one place is great. And I hope they continue to roll this out. And then if they can do this and put this on the console, to me, it's a game changer. It's a game changer going into the next generation if this vision comes fully true as to what a lot of people here are expecting. But I'm very excited for this. As I've said multiple times on this channel, I have large libraries on Steam. I have a large library on Xbox. Putting that into one place where I can play everything on one device, it's great. And especially with the handheld coming out, I can't wait to see how this all does end up functioning. Now, specifically for the console, there are some more customization updates here that you're going to be able to put here, so that you can put the recently played games and app lists on home. There's 3 new features that allow players to customize their experience. Players can now hide system apps, pin favorites to the list, and reduce the number of tiles displayed. Something we've kind of already seen. You don't have to have a full bar of tiles on here. You can have, I think, up to 3, maybe 4, and then it'll just be blank after that. So you can actually see your background a bit more. Although I would love if you could just kind of get rid of an entire row here and just have the games bar at the bottom, and then really highlights the background that you have there itself. They say to get this, find the new setting, go to settings, general, personalization, games and apps, or go to my games and apps, manage games and apps. There's also some new in-game benefits here for free to play games like Zenless Zone Zero, Call of Duty Warzone, The Finals, and Genshin Impact. So go check out those if you play any of those games. Game Hubs is now available to all players. And this has been popping up on my Xbox. You can take this off. You don't actually have to use this if it does know you. But if you, before you launch into a game, you click on the tile, it will give you all of this information, like the friends who are playing it, your game stats, how long you've played, your gamer score, available add-ons, all of your captures, and then you would hit play again, and then it will launch into the game. This isn't something that you have to have on, but I've actually liked it. I've been using it now for the last few weeks or however long it's been showing up on my Xbox. And I think it's cool because I like to see exactly where I am in this game statistically before I do jump in, or whatever game that I'm playing, how many hours I've played it, where am I in terms of gamer score, which gives me an idea of how much I've progressed through the entire game itself. So I like that, and that's pretty cool. And again, you don't have to keep that on. You can toggle it when they do appear. They're updating here. This is a big thing for a lot of people. The Xbox Cloud Gaming game save improvements. They are putting a new feature here on the cloud and Xbox consoles to help players when game saves are left behind on a previous device in offline state. This has happened to me before. This should have been installed here for a while, but it's finally here, which is good. A new progress bar. It's a very small thing, but a new progress bar, device names, timestamps, and additional details are now displayed when you have a previous game save on another device in an unsynced state, giving players the information they need. Because if you have multiple Xbox devices, consoles, PCs, handhelds, you just didn't know exactly where this save was, or if you had a game running in the background on a device and what was holding this thing up. Now all of that information will be there. They also say we also have added insights to the source of the game syncs, their progress, and error messages with helpful tips of syncing, and players are now better informed about when to wait or take action, reducing the risk of accidental data loss during save dialogues, which has happened to me. But overall, the cloud saves work very well on the Xbox. This little update is good. It just gives you more information going forward. And that is the big updates here they did announce for June. All great stuff. The game aggregation is the main thing here. The other cool thing that they do show off in this article is some more games that are actually coming over to the mouse and keyboard support, as well as touch support if you're in Game Pass. Stream Your Own Game gets over 200 plus games added to it. They have the recently added ones. And then if you go down here, some more that are coming soon. So a nice list of games are continuously being added to the service. And I think this will just continue to expand out. And then the Retro Classic, something that was announced a couple of weeks ago as an app that you can download on Xbox, where you get to play a bunch of retro games, and there's like different achievements in there and challenges, and it is a pretty cool app itself. I just hope the catalog continues to expand. They're adding more games here to the Retro Classics. They're adding Cosmic Commuter, Heart of China Skiing, Solar Storm, and Subterranea. So again, another thing that they are continuously adding stuff to. And the Xbox Play Anywhere adds a bunch more games to the service itself. So that is June. And I think it's pretty cool. I think it really gives us a glimpse into the future of what we can expect from the Xbox experience, with that game aggregation, with the libraries all being in a singular place. I guess my biggest question, though, is in the next gen with a console, what are they going to do for how do you access this? Because if they are merging everything into one, all just Windows, Xbox, one place to play games, will they continue with the current user interface on the Xbox Series X and S? Feel like they will, because they're continuously updating it, and it would be a lot to just scrap, because I do think it's a pretty good UI. So how are they going to integrate these features that we're seeing on the Xbox PC app, we're going to be seeing on the handhelds in terms of how the UI looks? How are they going to take that, put it onto the Xbox consoles, give you access to Steam and all that? Or will there be separate instances on your console, like I said, a Windows mode and then a console mode and Xbox mode? Something that will be interesting to see when they do finally give us all of the information we need going into the next generation. One place where we may hear more about this type of stuff could be Gamescom 2025, as Xbox has confirmed they are returning to Gamescom 2025 with Bethesda Softworks and World of Warcraft in tow. They say here that the announcement comes via a post on the official Xbox Blue Sky account on Monday. Not many details at the moment, but we know that Bethesda Softworks will be attending, with the Xbox publisher confirming its presence via X. And Blizzard Entertainment will also be headed to the annual Gamescom German gaming event, with World of Warcraft team presenting Midnight, the next chapter in the World Soul saga, which was first outlined back at BlizzCon 2023. And according to the announcement, the World of Warcraft booth will include 5 days of nonstop community celebration. So what else will we see at Gamescom? Are there more games to show off? Games that are coming out this year and next year, who knows? But Gamescom is in August. So if you are looking forward to, just mark that down on your calendar. Xbox will be there from August 20th through to August 24th in Cologne, Germany. Xbox shows up at all the events. Gamescom, Summer Games Fest, the Game Awards, the Tokyo Game Show. So they're everywhere, which I think is a good thing. They need to be to expand their brand, their reach, and everything for people who don't know all of the features right now in Xbox. There's so many people that even today, if I were to go up to them, they wouldn't know how much value is in things like Game Pass. And if they're continuing to expand out the ecosystem, bringing things like Steam in, that will definitely be something they need to go hard on the marketing side, specifically talking about how you can aggregate your entire game library, as I'm sure there's a lot of PC gamers out there who will look at that and have some intrigue as to what is going to be going on with the future of the Xbox consoles and with their other devices. Other games that are selling very well, we have some sales data. Age of Empires 4 has sold over 4 million copies. This is not a surprise to me. I mean, this is a very popular game, very popular franchise, and they brought this game over to the console, which adds, I think, to being able to reach more people. So Age of Empires 4 sold 4 million copies, and Dune Awakening, they have surpassed 1 million copies already. This game just launched here on June 10th, 2025. It's been a huge hit here, and it's managed to attract a bunch of players on Steam, hitting a peak concurrency of 189,000 players. And they go on here to say that they've surpassed 1 million copies in sales. And overall, they have a bunch of stats here as to what people are doing within this game. So we'll see. I haven't played this one. This is always one that I thought looked interesting. Just don't know right now if I have the time to get into it with all of the other games out there, but it's doing very well. Dune Awakening is doing well, and I've seen good reviews around this game, which is a good thing for it. We also have some information here about a new showcase that is coming from THQ Nordic. This will be on the 1st of August. They came out and announced this, the THQ Nordic Digital Showcase 2025, happening on the 1st of August. And the showcase will feature a feast of world premiere announcements and fresh updates, they say, on a variety of previously announced titles. The game that I am looking forward to the most is The Last Ronin, the TMNT game project that we've heard a lot about, that is going to be published here by THQ Nordic. I've read the comics. It's a very cool character, very cool story and stuff. So I really, really hope that they end up showing this game off on August 1st. I can't wait to see if they do that. That's going to be one of my most anticipated ones here from them as a publisher, and just in general, as I like the character, as I've said. I think it's a very cool character that you can make probably a phenomenal game around. So I hope they don't mess it up. And then finally, Mind's Eye. A lot of people saw this one coming. They didn't market it. Nobody, I think, expected this to be a massively good game when it did come out, just simply because of the lead up to it. The question that people had was, if this game failed, was it just being pushed out here by IO? That the writing was on the wall. They needed to get it out there. And then what was going to come after if the game wasn't good? Were there going to be major layoffs at Build a Rocket Boy? And it looks like that is going to be the case here. More than 100 staff could be affected, it is being suggested. This is according to a report at IGN, with site studio sources speaking under anonymity. The Edinburgh-based developer has started a 45-day consultation process with its staff today. And they say, in UK law, if a company is planning to make fewer than 20 employees redundant, it doesn't have to start a consultation process. If it plans to lay off between 20 and 99 staff, it has to start a consultation period at least 30 days before any dismissal takes effect. And if the company is planning to lay off 100 or more, they have to do this process at least 45 days before. So this is not looking good for Build a Rocket Boy. I'm not shocked. I am not shocked at all that this is happening. This game was a failure from the start, and they should have delayed it. But I wonder if they couldn't delay it because of potentially how much money they already sunk into it. And an IO was out there saying, let's get this game out there. We need to start making some money back. I'm not sure, it's speculation, but yeah, this game did not meet any expectations, which I believe it looked pretty cool. but then it fell under the radar because they didn't market it, and there's a reasoning why they didn't market it, because this game was not ready to be played. But I will end the video there, guys. If you did enjoy this video, hit that thumbs up. If you're new here, hit that subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye.